What are they building?
Quarantine shed.
Someone's sick.
Not yet.
You put razor wire around the whole property.
After Laney died. Only way in and out is the gate.
Someone out to get you, Jed?
The damn human race will be when the shit hits the fan. Nobody's prepared for what's coming.
What do you think it's going to be? Natural disaster, nuclear apocalypse, or maybe just some good old-fashioned race riots?
All the above.
All right, shalom, shalom. It's the brother Shakar here with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rakak Quadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone from which I learned this truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David, doing his work with all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the whole full elect. Shalom. All right, just wanted to get into a video based on, that short little clip, because, what was mentioned in there, what's really going to bring in, the end, what was mentioned was nuclear apocalypse, race riots, and, natural disasters, which we know there's really no such thing because the Lord controls all things, whether it be an earthquake or whether it be a volcanic eruption, tidal waves, so on and so forth. The Lord's in total control. And we're going to see these things, man. We're going to see these type of things intensify, because the Lord is bringing forth, the end. There's going to be, race riots, race wars. There's going to be, there's wars going on right now. You have the wars and rumors of wars, right? Matter of fact, let me go ahead and start there. Actually, you know what? Let me start. Let's start in the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, and verse 1. And it says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." Perilous going into what? Dangerous times. See, right now we're in a time, a great dangers. Again, we see the wars and rumors of wars. We see the earthquakes in diverse places. And let me grab that. I'm going to grab that in the NLT. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. And I'm just going to start off in verse 1. And the subheading says the signs of the anointed's return. That's what it says in the King James. And the NLT, it says Yahushai speaks about the future. It says, this is, again, Matthew chapter 24, verse 1. In the NLT, it says, as Yahushai was leaving the temple grounds, his disciples pointed out to him the various temple buildings. It says, but he responded, do you see all these buildings? I tell you the truth. They will be completely demolished. Not one stone will be left on top of another. Now we know this is going into the time of 70 AD. But what was then is now. Matter of fact, let me grab that. There's no new thing under the sun. There's going to be a new, time of destruction. Let me get this in Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9. It says, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. It says, is there anything thereof? It may be said, see, this is new. It had been already of old time, which was before us. It says, there is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. So we've been here before, man. Reincarnation, and we don't remember things of the past. Well, the thing is, and even those that have come after, they don't remember. It's because everything is refreshed, everything is renewed, man. The Lord brings back the spirits, into new bodies. Well, everything basically comes back, to their lot. That's why we get such things as deja vu, so on and so forth. It's because we've been here. The same thing, the way, that temple, was knocked down during the time of 70 AD. Okay, during the time of the siege of the Roman Empire. Okay, now we got, a new destruction that's coming. You see, and who's behind it? Well, hey, the revised or revived Roman Empire, man. Okay, so-called America, Babylon the Great, man. But ultimately, okay, it's being brought forth by the Lord, because the Lord wants to bring down this damn devil's rulership, man. You see, and he's going to cause these nations to go into war. Okay, these nations, well, they're already going at it. Let me keep reading. It says later, it says, Yahweh Shai sat on the Mount of Olives. His disciples came to him privately and said, tell us, when will all this happen? What sign will signal your return at the end of the world, meaning the end of the age? Listen, Yahweh Shai told them, don't let anyone mislead you. It says, for many will come in my name claiming I am the Messiah. They will deceive many. Yeah, and you got those that say, well, yeah, they're Jesus and so on and so forth. Okay, but you got a lot of those false prophets that are claiming, okay, that they have the truth, that they're coming in the name of the Lord. You see, when they're just bringing you falsehoods. And you see this. It says, and you will hear wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. It says, yes, these things must take place. It says, but the end won't follow immediately. It says, nation will go to war against nation and kingdom against kingdom. It says, there will be famines and earthquakes in many parts, of the world. It says, but all this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. As it says in the King James, it's the beginning of sorrows. Okay, and those are the times that we're in, man. Things are going to get worse because we're going to have, the race wars, the race riots. Okay, we're going to have the famines. Okay, we're going to have the time of Jacob's trouble, man, when it actually hits its full height. Okay, we're pretty much already in it. Same as World War III. We're pretty much already in it. But it's just going to intensify. Okay, it's going to get worse. Let me go to the book of 2nd Esdras. Let's go to the 16th chapter because, hey, we're basically in those times right now. 2nd Esdras chapter 16. And let me start off. Let me see. I'll start off in verse 21. It says, behold, victuals shall be so cheap upon the earth that they should think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. See, and we're seeing these things. See, and people think that they're in good case, okay, because they can still go, and buy certain things, okay, for a decent price. But as we see, as this war intensifies, okay, the gas is going to get more expensive. Rent is going to get more expensive. Everything, okay, is going to increase in price, man. Okay, things are going to start to get really bad out here. Listen, for many of them that dwell upon the earth, shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. You see, so hey, these times are coming, man. This time of great famine. Okay, you're going to have the famine of the word. You're going to have famine of food, famine of the water. Okay, you're going to have all these things come upon the earth, man. So right now, we're just in the beginning, okay, of those sorrows. Let me jump down to verse, 33. Listen, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Listen, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish, of famine. Not just in the war, okay, going on, out there in the so-called Middle East, but even the wars that are coming here, okay, to this land, man, so-called America, okay, and throughout, okay, certain places, okay, throughout the earth, man. Okay, you're going to have these riots, these wars, okay, these racial stirs, okay, you're going to have civil war, okay, you're going to have all kinds of things happening, man. Okay, many calamities are getting ready to be brought forth by the Lord. It says, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants, of the Lord. It says, behold, the word of the Lord, receive it, believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. So we got to get away, okay, from these idols, man. Okay, as the scripture says, this is not our rest, man. Okay, we got to leave these things in this world to be of this world. No, our mindset should be, okay, on the kingdom. Listen, behold, the plagues, draw nigh and are not slack. It says, as when a woman with a child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Listen, even shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows, listen, should come upon it on every side. See, that's how bad things are going to get, man. Listen, O my people, hear my word, make ye ready to thy battle. And in those evils, it says, be even as pilgrims, see, upon the earth. See, and what's a pilgrim? Okay, one that's traveling, okay, to a better place, a holy place, which really, it's the kingdom, man. See, that should be the mindset, okay, that us as Israelites should be in. Now, the world's going to be the world, man. The nations, okay, Esau, okay, they're going to be how they're going to be. You know, it's not for them. You know, yeah, they're going to be in the kingdom, but they're going to have no part, okay, in their inheritance. See, they're just going to be a servants and tributaries. Okay, but Israel ultimately is going to be delivered, all Israel. But in this time, it's all about the elect. So really only the elect, okay, is truly going to hear this word, okay, and apply these things. Okay, apply, okay, this wisdom. Scripture says wisdom and knowledge. Well, let me grab it. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. It's going to keep you stable, man. It said, and strength of salvation, says the fear of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yehoshai is his treasure. See, that's only for the elect. Okay, right now in this time, the hopeful elect. Because nobody knows if they're truly of the elect. But the scripture tells us what to put on, therefore, as the elect. You see? Hey, because these things are coming, man. Okay, these things are getting ready to come upon the earth. Matter of fact, let me go back to 2nd Esdras. This time, let me go to the 15th chapter and verse, let me see. I'll start off from verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. It says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Hey, people are gonna, they're gonna be for themselves, man. Okay, they're gonna have these weapons, whether it be guns, okay, knives, okay, so on and so forth, man. Okay, everybody's gonna be looking out for themselves, man. It's gonna be a time, okay, of great calamities. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So you're going to have the 15-minute cities. Okay, you're going to have martial law. Okay, all these things are going to be in place. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed. See, and men shall be afraid. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses, see, with the sword, and spoil their goods. Listen, because of the lack of bread, it says, and for great tribulation. So the famines, man. Okay, so these things are coming. Okay, we're in the beginning stages of these sorrows, man. Okay, that's why we're in a time of preparation to prepare mentally, to be a spiritual, okay, about all things, man. Let me get this, and then I'll go ahead and close it out. Let's go to 2 Peter. Okay, because now we're going to go into a little bit into, okay, the destruction, okay, from the missiles and from the chariots. 2 Peter chapter 3, and I'll go to verse 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come, see, as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with the great noise. Okay, the heavens represent this current rulership, man. That great noise is a destruction. It's that destruction coming, okay, from the missiles, from the warheads, and from the chariots, man. The so-called UFOs, okay, the vehicles that the angels maneuver in. It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation, see, and godliness. So knowing that these things are coming, how should you be acting? Okay, what should your manner of life be? Okay, how should you be conducting yourself? Listen, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, which is going to send His Son, okay, Yahweh Shai. It says, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. What's going to make that happen? The destruction. Okay, but before that destruction comes, okay, there's going to be all these other calamities. Jacob's trouble. Okay, the mandatory implementation, okay, of the mark of the beast. Okay, which is the chip, man. That's going to go under the skin. It says, listen, nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Again, that should be the mindset. Okay, looking for a refreshing. Okay, everything being in its proper order. It says, wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found, listen, of him in peace, without spot, and blameless. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close out and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Badash, and double honor to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone, from which I learned this truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David, doing this work with our righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.